thought my meeting was at 9 o'clock. It's at 9:30. So I got a few minutes to share 5 things, kind of 6 things to do that we need to do to deal with procrastination. Okay. And so that's what we're dealing with this morning. I just talked about, and if you weren't um, on the first call, go back and listen to it. But we're dealing with procrastination today. That's what we're dealing with, because God has gone before you and made crooked paths straight. And so we want to get some things out of the way, move forward, because God has gone before us and made crooked paths straight. All right, so this is what we're dealing with right here. Procrastination. It will stop you from moving forward. It will stop you from doing what God has called you to do. And so the first thing that we want to do, and remember, don't forget the reason why God has called you to this task. Don't forget Isaiah 45:4. He asked, and why have I called you to this work? Why did I call you by name when you did not know me? It is for the sake of my servants, my chosen ones. It is for the sake. And then he says in verse 5, I am the Lord, there is no other God. I have equipped you for battle, though you don't even know me. So all the world from east to west will know there is no other God. I am the Lord, there is no other. I create the light and make the darkness. He's saying he's doing this thing in you and using you to move forward to do his will, because he's showing the world from the east to the west that there is no other God but him. There is no other God but him. And so it's imperative that you realize, that this mission you've been called to is not about you. It's about getting God's will done in the earth. And before the foundation of the world, he chose you. He chose you to get this work done. And so let's look at a few things that'll help us get to moving forward and out of a space of procrastination. Okay. Number one, what we see here is that we have to consciously lower the bar. Sometimes it's just so much going on in your head. It's just so much going on that you got to clear the clutter. The first step is to break that cycle. In breaking the cycle of procrastination, the first step is to recognize that oftentimes accomplishing tasks is a slow process, and so you have to take it slow, and you cannot afford to expect it all to be perfect, though you strive for excellence. Listen, strive for excellence. That's okay, and it's totally okay and normal. Our Father is striving for excellence, but you are not perfect. And then we have to look at keeping the task at bite sizes. Keep your task bite sized. When you look at the whole picture, it can look way too big. It can look way too big to be able to conquer. So ask the Lord. Again, you've got to do this in prayer. Ask the Lord to help you with the anxiety, and then to deal with this in bite sizes. There's a saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you accomplish this task? One bite at a time. One bite at a time. Listen, you can't take on the whole thing. Tackling perfectionism and procrastination requires disrupting that all or nothing thinking. You got to disrupt that all or nothing thinking. Take it one task at a time in bite sizes. And then number 3, track your time. You got to track your time. you cannot accomplish your goals if you don't carve out time and manage that time. Don't allow anything else to happen during it. If you're writing a book in that 2 hour, 3 hour time span that you set aside to write that day, you can't let phone calls stop you. You can't let nothing that's going on, you can't let it stop you. Track your time. It's important to remember that when a task is looming over you and you've built it up to be this big thing, sometimes we overestimate the time it takes to complete it. So carve out your time, look at the time frame, and then take it and break it down so that you can move forward, because the Lord has gone before you. The Lord has gone before you. Set your time, carve your time out. It might be 25 minutes a day, but carve it out and stick to it. And then surround yourself. Listen, folks, surround yourself with people who are moving forward. Surround yourself with positive support. And that requires you to be accountable to them, to let them know the time you've carved out, and then let them know that you have held fast to it. Or if you didn't do what you said you would do, you want to be honest and tell them so your support team or your support person can help you. Surround yourself with positive support, not people. You can't surround yourself with other procrastinators and expect to get a breakthrough, because having other procrastinators and perfectionists around you ultimately is going to co-sign your perfectionism and your procrastination. And so you got to surround yourself with go-getters, people who have moved forward, who are moving forward, who recognize that they are on purpose here in the earth for such a time as this, and they're moving forward in what God has called them to do. And number 5, oh my goodness, this is a big one. Be able to say no. Practice saying no. Other people don't realize what you have on your plate. And for some, they are self-centered, and all they care about is getting done what they want done and getting you to do what they need you to do to help them. They're not thinking about your purpose. It's not their job to think about your purpose in the earth. It's not their job. It's yours. It's not their job. God is not going to say to you when you get the glory, and he said, why didn't you do what I called you to do? And you say, well, Pam kept calling me and she kept needing me. And he not going, that's not an excuse, because it's your responsibility. So you got to practice saying no. You have to practice saying no. Don't let anything or anybody interrupt that time. And then one of the most important things for us to do, and I'm getting ready to get out of here, I got to get in my meeting, is remember, you're not alone. You're not alone. You got a support team around you, or at least a support person, an accountability partner, someone you are committed to being accountable to. You're going to break through. People of God, y'all going to break through this procrastination. God has gone before you. He has gone before you, and he has made crooked paths straight. He has made crooked paths straight. So remember that you are not alone. God is in you, he's with you, and he's gone before you to tear down everything in the way of you doing what he has called you to do, for his purpose to be known in the earth, for his kingdom to come on earth as it is in heaven, so that the people in the world will know, people from the east to the west will know that God is God alone, that he is the only true and living God. This is why he called you. Y'all go back and y'all read Isaiah 45. Y'all go back and y'all read Isaiah 45. You got to read it, because it will help you, especially 1 through 7. Especially 1 through 7. You got to read it, people of God. Listen, the master has need of you. The master has need of you. The master has, I can't say it enough, the master has need of you. Read Isaiah 45, 1-7. Read that and remember, he knows the plans that he has for you. They are good and not evil, to bring you to an expected end. Procrastinate no more. Procrastinate no more. Father, I pray for your people today. I pray, oh God, that they will have the breakthrough, that they are having the breakthrough that they need to break through procrastination, to break through, to deal with perfectionism, to cast their cares and their anxieties upon you. I hear the Lord saying, don't worry about rejection. Man's rejection is my protection. If they reject you, that's not the way I wanted you to go. Hallelujah. Oh, Father, thank you. Thank you that you don't give up on us, but you keep dealing with us until we move forward, knowing that you have gone before us and made crooked paths straight. God bless you this morning. Don't forget Saturday, this Saturday, August 12th at 8 a.m. We will be in our raw class. If you're interested in our raw class, come on. It's some nuggets that get dropped and some insight. God is opening up some things in the scriptures, sharing the more with us. If you're interested, give me a call at 313-610-4626, and I will send you the Zoom link, because it's not on Facebook, people. It is not on Facebook. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And we're going to get on out of here. Hallelujah.